Let's talk about why people always define you by who you were and not who you are or who you're going to be. I'm Angela W. Stillwell, and I am the founder and CEO of Untapped Strengths. And I work with teams to transform them into powerhouses. And I work with individuals just like you to transform you into the top 1% of leaders. So let's talk about that. Why do people define you by who you were rather than who you are or who you're becoming? The thing is, people will always put you in that box of where they learned to love you, right? There's all different forms of love, and we're talking about all of the different forms of love because what I'm talking about today comes from all of those different areas of your life, right? It's going to be business, it's going to be personal, it's going to be community, everything. So people will love you. People will put you in the box of where they originally loved you, who you were when they originally loved you, and they want to keep you there. They don't want you getting outside of that box. So when you start deciding to live by intention or purpose or vision, being the person who is breaking outside of the walls that maybe you've built or someone else has built around you, or the boundaries that someone else set for you. When you start breaking out of that, it's so often that you'll lose people in your life. That's just reality. That's just reality. It's going to happen. So you get to create a community of people who will love you for who you are becoming, who will support you for where you are going, right? I was listening to a podcast earlier this week, and I want to read a quote to you from that podcast. Whatever I fear limits the possibility of my freedom. Whatever I fear limits the possibility of my freedom. That was Erwin McManus that said that on a podcast that I was listening to earlier this week. And yes, it's the week of Christmas. Christmas was just 2 days ago, right? And I guess this was maybe it was Christmas Day that I was listening to this podcast. And because of Christmas this year, my family did Christmas evening. So I had the whole day to relax, and I listened to some podcasts. I did some reading and got some other things done around the house. But, I'm building this community, and I'll be launching it, right after the first of the year. And it's all about developing our leadership, because here's the thing. It's all about leadership. It's all about community. It's all about your power skills, right? Those are the things that are differentiators in your life, in your personal life, in your professional life, in your community life, all of those. It's your leadership. It's your community that you choose to have around you, not just the community that's inherently around you, right? I mean, we buy a house and your community is the houses around you. You have an office and your community is the offices that are around you, or the people who are around you, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the community that you choose for yourself. People talk about you can choose your friends, you can't choose your family, right? Same thing here, same concept. Sometimes the people who most support you are not going to be blood. They're not going to be the people who have been there for you in years past. Sometimes they will. There'll be occasional. There'll be a couple that will be able to come with you as you transform and become the person that is in your gut, right? I mean, and how many of you, and I can raise both hands on this, how many of you know that there is something more? You know that there is something more that you are meant for. You know that there is something more that you're meant for. Well, guess what? Without the community to support you to get there, the odds of you getting there are super, super slim. Okay. So I want to circle back to this. So whatever I fear limits the possibility of my freedom. And when he was talking about freedom, and what I'm talking about when I say the word freedom here, it's the freedom to become everything that I am meant to be. My vision, My vision and my why is to build a community of hope. My vision is to build a community of hope that allows people to fully step into their leadership. My vision, my why is to build this community of hope that allows you to step into your leadership so that you can step fully into your purpose, right? And everything that I do in my business is all about that. Focusing on leadership, focusing on community, focusing on power skills. Those are the three things that are huge differentiators. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about your mindset. I'm talking about, and if you've listened to me before, you know that I'm big on the neuroplasticity of the brain. And my coaching clients, we go through a big process of really digging out what are those things that are holding you back. And in this community, we're going to do that. We're going to work on that. You're going to have calls with me. You're going to have, group calls with me. You're going to get information every month. It's around a topic that is based on leadership, community, and power skills. And when I'm talking about power skills, these have historically been called soft skills, right? Soft skills. Well, they're no longer soft skills. They are the actual power skills, because the way that you get through difficult conversations, the way that you navigate difficult situations, the way that you overcome and get to your purpose is to be able to fully step into your leadership, to be able to not just master your mindset. There's more to it. It's about recognizing your mindset and then being able to say, is that my truth? Has it been my truth? Is it still my truth? Do I want it to be my truth going forward? Right? So we're going to be really digging into all of this. We're going to look at your health and your wealth and your relationships in your life, personally and professionally, because these are foundational to everything. And you're going to be surrounded by people who lift you up, who support you, who know, because guess what? We've all been there. The people who are going to be in this community are people who are there now, or they have been there. The people that I'm inviting to be guests inside of this community have been there and often find themselves there again, because every time you level up, I don't care at what level you are. I don't care at what level you are. Anytime you are leveling up, you get to find new community. I don't care if you're going from 0 to 100,000, 100,000 to 500,000, 500,000 to a million to 10 million, 10 million to 100 million, 100 million to a billion. Guess what? Every step up. Same thing with your health. Maybe you're overweight. Maybe you're having some metabolic issues. Maybe you're having, I don't know, some blood sugar issues. Maybe you're having some heart issues. Maybe you're just wanting to be able to be more bendy and more stretchy, right? Maybe you're wanting to run a marathon. Maybe you've never run a marathon before. Or maybe, like me, I'm doing the 30 miles with my dog in January for St. Jude's Hospital, right? Maybe you're wanting to do that. Guess what? Every time you do something like that, then you're going to lose some of the people in your life. If you're a drinker and you choose to no longer drink, guess what? If you keep hanging out with your drinking buddies, then your choice to no longer drink is going to be the topic of jokes. Or you're going to slide back, right? Because we are who we surround ourselves with. We are, as a man thinketh, so is he in his heart, right? So you get to decide what box you want to be in, what shelf you want to be in. And one of the things that Erwin was talking about was his most recent book, Mind Shift. When he was publishing it, he wanted it to be in the business section of the bookstores. and he was talking with the publisher because previously his books had always been put into the religious section in the bookstores, and he was always telling them, I don't want to be in the religious section. Most of my friends and everything are of the secular. Yes, I'm a pastor. Yes, I have a church. Yes, I'm a Christ follower. And I want my books in the business section because I want it to be found by people who don't yet know me and who perhaps are not looking for books in the religion section. So they all agreed to put the right codes on the back of the book, and he started getting pictures of people buying the book in the bookstores. And they didn't notice it because they were people that he knew, right? But he noticed that in the background of the pictures, the books were in the religion section of the bookstores. And he talked to his publisher about it, and he was like, what's going on? I thought that we put the right codes on it so that it would be in the business section. And the publisher came back and said, well, here's the thing. The bookstores get to choose which section of the store they go in. And since all of your books have been in that section, they get to choose, and they put them in the religion section. And he was like, people still put you, regardless of where you're going, regardless of what your purpose is, people who know you from your past will put you in the same place that you were in your past. That's where they relate to you. They don't relate to you unless they're moving along. There'll be a few people who will come along with you, but the vast majority of people will see you over there or back there or down there, wherever that is, right? So know this, know that there are people who are going to do that, and be prepared. Don't do things for the applause or affection or what's the other word I'm looking for? I can't think of the other word. Admiration. That's not the word. Acceptance. That's not the word. That's a lot of A words, and I still haven't come up with the right word. Don't work for the applause of others. Work because of your why. Work because of your purpose. What is your heartfelt purpose? If you close your eyes right now and you put your hands on your heart and you do some of those deep breathing exercises that I talked about doing during the holidays so that you can get through the holidays. And by the way, don't just do them during the holidays. Keep doing those breathing exercises, because guess what? As you continue to level up and these kind of situations with people come up, you're going to need those breathing exercises. So go back and watch that previous, after this one is over, go back and watch that previous episode on how to do breathing exercises to reduce your stress and to be able to focus and recenter yourself, right? And to bring your parasympathetic and sympathetic systems back into alignment so that you are no longer operating from fight or flight. Okay. All right. So I don't even remember where I was before that now. Oh, don't work for validation is the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. It doesn't start with an A, but I came up with a lot of eight words that start with A. Validation. Don't do things for the validation of others. Don't do things for the applause of others or the admiration and whatever other words I came up with, right? Do it because of what your why is. What your why is. I do it because of my why. And listen, it took me a long time. It took me a long time because I would see online people dinging and making fun of people for saying certain things and doing certain things. And you know what? That's just going to happen. Right now, over the last month, there've been people who've been like, oh, look, here's all the what's going to happen in 2024 post. Look at all of the people making the predictions of what they're going to do in 2024. Let me tell you something. Plan your future. Don't worry about what other people are saying. Don't worry about the people who are making fun of people who are setting a plan and planning to work their plan, right? It's not just about planning. You get to work the plan. Years ago, I let those things hold me back way longer than I should have. And I've paid the penalty for that in more ways than one. Okay. I don't want that for you. And that's one of the reasons why this community is going to be so powerful. It's going to be so powerful because it's going to be people just like you getting in there, supporting each other, getting coaching from me and some other folks that I've invited, and getting additional information on all sorts of things that are going to support you in attaining your goals. Because guess what? All of them are interconnected. You don't get to compartmentalize anymore like you used to. You don't get to do that. Not when you are reaching and stepping into your full blown leadership. Okay. You don't get to do that anymore. You get to be a fully integrated person. And I know you can do that. I know you can. That is why I'm doing this. I know you can. I believe in you. So if this is something that sounds like it might be of interest to you, what I'd love for you to do is either leave a comment wherever it is that you're watching this, and we will get back to you, or send a DM on whichever your favorite platform is where this is being shown. And yeah, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. I'll be sending out information right after the first of the year on signing up and more information about the program. And yeah, it's going to be fantastic. You can stay in as long as you want. There is going to be a founder's rate, and as long as you're in with that founder's rate, you'll get to keep that founder's rate because the price will go up shortly after that. So stay tuned. I can't wait to have you in there with me and build out this community and have a group of kick butt people who are ready to take names, level up, and step fully into your purpose. If that's you, comment below or send me a DM. Can't wait to hear from you, and enjoy your new year. I hope you've had a beautiful holiday season so far. And if you are one of the people who has had difficulty during this season, just got choked up. If you're a person who's had difficulty during this season, I see you. I see you. I know in my heart of hearts, I've been there myself more than once. I see you. I feel you. And that's another reason why this community is going to be so powerful, because it's going to be people who know and who can be there, who know how important it is to be there for each other. Okay. I can't wait to see you on the inside. And again, have a beautiful New Year celebration, whatever it is you're going to be doing. If you're going out, please be safe. Have a DD if you're going to be drinking, or Uber or whatever. And if you are staying in, enjoy your time in. I've done both over the years. I've done both, and both can be beautiful, right? So in between now and then, take some time to think about, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Most people know what they don't want, but what do you want? Most people focus on what they don't want. And guess what? Just like Tony Robbins says, what you focus on grows. So when you say, if you're riding down the road and there's a concrete wall and you keep staring at the concrete wall, what keeps happening? Your car keeps going toward the concrete wall because you're looking at it. You're focused there. If you're driving down the road and you see a big truck coming up beside you and they get right beside you and you keep staring at it, what happens? Your car kind of goes that way instead of going away from it. What you focus on grows. If you are a person who wants to step more into your leadership, who wants to take responsibility, who wants to have more freedom in their life, and freedom is going to look different for every person in the community, right? And I'll get more into what freedom means. But if that's you, if you want more leadership, I'm talking about personal leadership. Okay. I'm not talking about leading other people yet. Yes, it does lead to that, but you get to start with personal leadership. If you want to be so powerful in your personal leadership that you know that it doesn't matter the situation, you're still going to come out the other side great, then this is a community for you. If you're a person who has been stuck in survival mode and you're ready to get out of survival mode, this is a community for you. Okay. If you know that there is more that you are supposed to be doing and you haven't done it yet, this is a community for you. If you have goals that you're wanting to achieve in 2024 that you've not gone after before, this is a community for you. So make sure you leave a comment below. Send me a DM. You can send it on Instagram. You can send it on LinkedIn. You can send it on Facebook. You can send it on wherever, or leave a comment below and we will get back with you. Or on Twitter. You can send me a message on Twitter, or X now, not Twitter. X, the formerly known as Twitter. I'm showing my age with Prince. Anyway, you guys have a great weekend. I can't wait to hear from you. I can't wait to see you inside the community. Let me tell you something. It's going to rock. And we get to grow together. We all get to grow together, because it doesn't matter where you are, you still get to grow. All right. See you on the inside. See you after the first of the year. And be well and talk soon. Sorry about that. Something just fell off my desk.